So good morning, everybody. This is Vitali here at Red Mom Productions, and social media has been just running wild ever since they repealed the Net Neutrality Act. You'd think the sky was falling the way they're carrying on, and that's really just not the case. I want to start off by saying that the Net Neutrality Act was passed February 26, 2015. Later on that same year, the FCC placed the Internet under Public Utility Type 2 regulation. All that did was place a whole lot of extra rules and regulations on the Internet that were originally established back in the 1930s. And it was driving out startups and the little guy, stuff like that. Here's the reality for me out here, right here, since 2015. My internet has more than tripled. It went from $29.95 a month to $105 a month. That's more than 3 times what I was paying in 2015. Yes, I have faster internet now, but it's not great. I'm paying a premium. I get 75 megabytes per second down, and I get 10 megabytes per second up. That is the fastest internet you can get out here where we are. If I moved 6 miles east, I could get gigabit speeds down, and I don't know how fast up. I've never looked into the upload speed, but I know it's pretty damn fast, way faster than what I get out here for $59.95 a month, because there's 5 or 6 providers 6 miles east. Out here, we only have one. That's what net neutrality has done for me and a lot of people just like me. By repealing the net neutrality, all we're doing right now is going back to the exact same internet that we had prior to February of 2015. Keep in mind, that's the exact same internet that brought us from internet over copper wire to now it's being available on your cell phone, wirelessly in your home, and fiber optics. It's took us from dial-up, which was 56K, to where now, depending on where you live, you can get gigabit speeds and faster. And how do you think we got there? We didn't get there via the Net Neutrality Act. I'm sorry, folks. We got there through free enterprise. People are worried that they're going to start making us pay extra to stream Netflix or this or that or the other. And those are good examples. But here's the reality. They're throttling you right now, every day. Don't believe me? Look at the fine print on your data plans on your cell phone. If you use more than X amount of data per month, they throttle it back. They're like, well, they're going to charge us more. They're doing it now. Look at your data plans. If you stream more than X amounts of data per month, and you do not want it to be throttled back, then you need to pay an extra amount of. It's somewhere in the very fine print on your plan. Go look for it. Why do you think every major carrier dropped unlimited internet after 2015? Any of y'all remember that? I do. I had unlimited data on my phone. Not this particular phone, but the same company. I won't call their name, but it's not just this company. It's Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, you name it. I went from unlimited to 2 gigabytes, and after 2 gigabytes, they throttled me from 4G to 2G. That's what net neutrality has done for us, people. It's not going to be the end of the world. At some point in the future, will they start telling companies that they need to pay more to stream more data faster? Probably. But one way or another, we've been doing that all along, and we've been doing it a lot more since they passed the Net Neutrality Act. You may not think so, but the public has a short memory. They forget how things were 3 years ago. They forget how things were 20 years ago. They forget how things were 30 years ago. I remember when there was no internet. When I first got into computers, I ran a BBS and had 4 phone lines coming into my home, set up to a modem bank, and up to 4 people could call at one time and access the data on my computer. And that's what we had before there was public internet. I'm not making this up, folks. I mean, I hate to admit how old I am, but I mean, I was there. And I remember when we went to dial up, and I don't remember what the slowest was, but it wasn't even 56K. It was something ridiculously slow. It was like 9,500 or something like that. And you had options. You could get 9,500. You could get, it was either 13 or 14. And then you went all up to 56K. 56K wasn't what we started at. That was the premium, and we had to pay extra to be there. My first internet bill for 1 month was $236 after tax. And then as companies came in and they competed with each other, we got faster internet for less money. And the Net Neutrality Act was, in fact, killing that. So I know it's easy to let everything that you read and hear scare you. I'm telling you, don't be scared just yet, because all we're doing is going back to the exact same internet that we had before February of 2015. There were a lot of other things that were included with that bill, the Net Neutrality Act, that most people don't even know about, like the mandate to where if you purchase something online, sellers have to collect sales tax no matter what state you live in. That was brought about because while they were discussing the Net Neutrality Act, that was one of the conditions states were asking for. And of course the government agreed with that because they would make more money. So that got thrown in there. Most people, you don't even know about that. And you don't realize it because the deadline for everybody to start collecting sales tax, we haven't reached it yet. I don't know if they're going to if they're going to repeal that or not. I know that they would like to. I know that there's a lot of sellers that the minute that law was passed, that they started collecting sales tax, even though they didn't have to. I also know that there were a lot of other online retailers that haven't started collecting it yet, and they proudly announced that they don't collect sales tax. It'll be interesting to see where that goes, because I've been using eBay ever since eBay started. I wasn't the first customer, but I was within 3 months of eBay starting, I was on eBay. I've had an account ever since. And this month was the first time that I made a purchase on eBay on a used item that I had to pay sales tax. And I was surprised, and I was a little bit pissed off because I wasn't expecting it, and it charged me an extra $7 that I wasn't expecting to have to pay. That don't sound like much, but it adds up when you do a lot of business online. So I want you to think about what I've said, and this is my talent here at Red Barn Productions, and I hope y'all have an awesome Friday.